Today we're going to be going over my USPSA setup in limited optics with a special focus on this optic itself, because one of you lucky folks that's watching this video today is going to be going home with a brand new optic from Vortex. Enjoy the content. Welcome back to another video. As you guys seen in the thumbnail and the 10-second part of this video that you guys just watched, we're going to be going over my CZ Shadow 2, which I use for competition shooting in USPSA in limited optics division. So what we're going to talk about first is going to be a full breakdown of all the upgrades that I have on this gun. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. Second thing is we're going to focus in on this optic, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and then announce what we're going to be giving away. And then the third thing is going to be a few pros and cons that I've experienced so far with the CZ Shadow 2, and that'll be the end of the video. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and start with the upgrades. So upgrades. CZ Shadow 2. I already did a video in depth, so this is going to be super quick for us right here. As you guys can see, right off the bat, what the optic that we're running is the Vortex Defender XL. This is their competition style red dot. I mean, you can even throw this on a PCC. Let me show you guys this. This runs a 2032 battery. It has multiple settings for display brightness. As we point it towards you guys can see there's some knurling on this housing of this optic right here. And you could use this to like rack off your buddy's head if you need to, rack it off wood, cement, concrete, all the above. I actually did a video on the ST optic from them, and I dunked it in water for 2 gallons of water for 5 minutes. And this is an open emitter optic. Put it in water for 5 minutes and it still runs to this very day. And that was one of my very early videos that I did on my YouTube channel. And it still works to this day. Like no issues with the battery, no issues with like the chip in there, and it's functioning. So I'm super excited about that, because I know it's going to be the same quality in this optic. So 2032 battery, and you could see this housing. Let me point it towards me without flagging myself. As you guys can see, this is the shape of the optic, what you're going to be looking through. There is no tint through this lens, as you guys can see. The red dot is a little big, but I think the camera is distorting it. This is a 2 MOA dot. I promise it's not as big as you guys are seeing in the camera, but I just wanted to give you guys like a POV of looking through this optic. So I've been shooting with this optic since February. How I got this optic was actually sent through Vortex themselves. They seen that I have a YouTube channel, I have good engagement, and I've been pushing for performance shooting. They're like, hey, we want to give you an optic for your competition shooting videos. And I was like, sure, dude, let's run it. You know, I've been working with this company for quite some time. Never any money transaction, just like, hey, if you need any optics, let us know. They see the potential, and I appreciate Vortex for doing that. But not only did they send me an optic, or continuously send me optics for reviews and like for my competition journey, but they sent out an extra one right here, Vortex Defender ST. This is their new enclosed optic. So like we were saying before, this one is not enclosed, and I still dunked this model in water for 5 minutes and 2 gallons of water, and it didn't malfunction. It's crazy because it's open emitter, meaning that the red dot is in here, but it still worked. I don't advise you guys do that, but their warranty is great at Vortex. This optic is actually where you could dunk it in water and it won't have any issues, because it's a fully enclosed optic, meaning water, snow, mud, blood, whatever will not affect that red dot going up to that glass. So nothing will affect it. We're going to be giving this away. Shout out to Vortex. They're like, hey, we want to send you out an extra optic. If you want to do a giveaway, you're more than welcome to. We want to support you in any way we can. So they're like, hey, we'll send you an optic. And they also sent me out some iPro, but I have a bunch of iPro, so I'm going to send one of these along with this optic. And if you guys support me in any kind of way, you guys know I do have a website. It's called magdumachine.com. This is some of the lube that we just recently ran on our recent drop, along with the patch. So you guys will be receiving this whole care package right here, one lucky person. And all you have to do is follow me on Instagram, CaliCoolGuns_. And second thing you got to do is comment down below what optic you are currently running on any of your guns, and if you had any good or bad experience with that company. And it doesn't have to be Vortex, it could be any company. Just let us know down in the comment section. I'm going to choose one comment, and we're going to get this whole care package sent out to them on behalf of Magdumachine, my website. Go check it out if you guys want some lube, and Vortex, because they have been providing me with optics so I can consistently compete in my journey in USPSA shooting and make videos for reviews for people like you guys that watch the channel. So I appreciate Vortex. I appreciate the audience that is watching back home. I appreciate all the amount of support that I've been getting from you guys, and it's been awesome. So let's go ahead and get right back to the gun. Vortex Defender Vortex Defender XL runs on a 2032 battery. I've been using this optic since February. It is now June. I have about 5,000 to 7,000 rounds through this optic because I train 2 times a week and I compete every Saturday. And from February to June, that's a lot of rounds, right? I haven't seen a shift in my zero. And when I first got this optic, I actually zeroed it at one of my local ranges. I bench rested it and I got a nice solid 25-yard zero. No issue so far. It's been running and I've had great experience with Vortex. But not every company is like the best experience ever, right? When these Defender XLs first started rolling out, there was some complaints that like, hey, the battery cap things, something was happening with this optic. Just like with any company that rolls out an initial product, there's going to be some gripes and complaints, right? So what I've experienced at my local ranges, I've asked a couple people that are there that are running this dot because I was like, hey, I'm about to make a video. I want like the true honest opinion that you guys have since you guys been running this optic at competitions. And like some of the guys that I talked to, they're great, never had an issue. Exactly what I'm experiencing. And like 1 or 2 guys were like, yeah, when they first rolled out with the XL, I got it immediately because I love the shape of the dot. And then I was having problems with like the battery cap that's on top. And this is when they first dropped the XL. And they're like, I got it warranted. I came back. I haven't had any issues since then, right? Vortex is probably one of the companies that has the best warranties out there. And Vortex pays attention to videos like this, comment sections on Instagram, social media, and in Reddit. So they're paying attention to like where their problems are, right? And like their team of engineers consistently try to work on bettering their product. So people that probably got their first batch when the Defender XL first came out, there could have been some issues, 100%. But now since it's been out for a while and Vortex has been changing little tweaks to make this as bulletproof as they can, there's probably no more issues. Very, very rare that you probably run into any issues with this optic. I haven't experienced it, but if you guys have, let us know down in the comment section, and you know that will get you entered into the giveaway for this. So that's the optic that we're running on this gun. So CZ Shadow 2 OEM, I believe it comes with a 15-pound guide rod spring. I put an 11-pound guide rod spring, and I'm running 124 ammo, and it shoots like butter. Very nice, right? Second, another thing that I did was I did a Cajun trigger on it. So it cut down the trigger weight. I think I'm at 2 pounds. In single action and double action, I'm like 5 to 6 pounds. And that's the Cajun trigger. I installed it myself, never worked on a CZ. And it took me like 4 hours to install this trigger, but it is safe. And I've ran like 8 matches with the CZ, with the Cajun trigger in it. And I have no complaints. Next upgrade that I did was the lock grip panels. It feels really good in the hand. It makes the gun even more ergonomic because CZ is already ergonomic right out the gate. But this keeps the gun in my hand and it feels one with me. It's crazy. Like if you ever see me out at a public range and like you have your CZ on you, you're gonna feel it and you're like, damn, I need that. So coming down from the grip panels, you guys can see I am running a Magwell. This is what puts me in limited optics. This is going to be from a company called Armory Craft, and the magazine that I am running is going to be the CZ nickel-plated magazine with a Henning base plate on it. This is how it looks in the gun. This is what I am running at my local matches for USPSA shooting in limited optics. If I were to remove this Magwell, I would be in carry optics. And maybe that's a side quest for something later on. So that's all the upgrades that I did to the CZ Shadow 2. And let's go ahead and talk about some things I like about it, some things I don't like about it, and some things that I found shooting the CZ Shadow 2 at my local matches. Because this gun has got me to B class pretty quick because I've only done 7 classifiers and I'm already in B class. I was in C class for about like a month and a half and then kept training, got into B class, and my next step is A class. I'm trying to change. I have 8 more months to get into A class to complete my goal, but I might have to extend it to, instead of A class in 12 months, let's do M class in 12 months because I have 8 months to achieve M class underneath the same amount of time that I originally started with. So M class it is, 8 more months, and we'll see if we can make it happen with my training, practice, and everything that I got to do to dive into these specific skills to get me to that performance shooting of an A class or M class shooter. So I got to put in the work myself. Okay, pros and cons. First thing I want to say about the gun is the weight. The weight feels really good in the hand. It weighs about, like, when I first picked it up, I was like, damn, this weighs about like 3 of my M&Ps. It's insane. It is a heavy gun. So that could be a bad thing and a good thing for people, right? It was a bad thing for me at first because I was like, damn, when I first started dry firing and getting reps in, I was having pain in my wrist. It hurt. I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Why am I in pain? That happened for about a month and a half, and it went away and I forgot about it. So that's the learning curve that you're going to do. You're going to go through some pain, build some muscles, build some strength in that wrist right there, and you won't feel the pain anymore. Month and a half passed by. I'm like, oh, okay, the weight of the gun feels really good, and I'm enjoying it. The weight of this gun keeps this gun shooting super flat. I mean, if you see in my videos and you see a side profile of me shooting, the gun is flat. And there's no ports, there's no comps on this gun, and that's one thing that I really want to highlight about the CZ Shadow 2. It's a phenomenal shooter, and I did not think that I would like it because how small this slide is, but this slide is buttery, my boy. It's buttery. It's really nice shooting gun. Second thing that I kind of want to highlight about the CZ Shadow 2 that's a pro for me would be the ergonomics. This gun, if you ever experience picking up a CZ Shadow 2 and you feel the gun, you pick it up, somebody lets you touch their gun, oh my God, you're going to be like, damn, this is built for my hand. CZ Shadow 2 and my hand are one with my body. It's insane. That is literally the first thing when I went to go do a PPT on this gun to get this one, and I picked it up and I was like, oh my God, I am one with the gun. I picked it up, I'll go like that. I'm like, oh my God, it points very nice. It's a solid, like the ergonomics and how it points to your target is phenomenal. It's a really good gun out the gate. I'm not just like gassing them up like this, like 100%. Go look in the comment sections, go look on Reddit, and you can see the CZ Shadow 2 is a very high contender in carry optics and in limited optics. It's the gun to go to if you can't afford a 2011. Okay. So the third thing that I want to know about this gun is what I dislike about it. What I dislike about it is the placement of the safety. I shoot limited optics, meaning I can shoot with the hammer in the rear as long as I have the safety up. Right? I'm like, oh, perfect. I have a single action. I have 2-pound trigger. My first rounds that come off is going to be super accurate because I have less manipulation of that trigger. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to run it, hammer cocked back, safety on. And I kept trying to dry fire and get my reps in, and I was not able to consistently and efficiently draw this gun out of my holster, which is outside the waistband right now, drop the safety, and fire my round. I always had hiccups, which I did not like because the placement of the safety was not good for me. Some people probably like the placement. I hate the placement of the safety. So since I'm in limited optics and I have a Magwell on, what I do now to load my gun is I load a round in, boom, right? So if I load a round in, the hammer's gonna go back. Safety is not on. So for limited optics, you have to drop this hammer. Meaning there's a round in the chamber, you have to squeeze the trigger and slowly let the hammer forward without it going off and you possibly taking off your thumb with that slide. It's a scary action, but you end up getting used to it, but I have to do this every single time. I load a round in the chamber, no safety on, I have to drop this hammer while I press the trigger, there's a round in the chamber, and drop this hammer super safe so the round won't go off. And it's very scary when you first start doing it. And now I don't even think about it. But that is what I have to do if I want to stay in limited optics running this Magwell. So that's the only hiccup. I mean, that's the only thing I dislike about the CZ Shadow 2 is the placement of the safety. I felt like it could have been a little farther forward. I have a little bit longer hands. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. It's all preference at this point. It's not really a gripe about the gun. But the gun so far is a great shooter. One thing that I have been experiencing too, another thing is, it's not a problem with the gun. It's actually not even a problem with the magazine. It's just the extra step of maintenance that I am not used to because I came from shooting M&P and I come from shooting Glocks where I never clean my mags. If you're running a CZ or any style 2011, you probably have to own base plates that easily come off with like a press of a button so you can have quick access to put a brush through your magazine and clean it. Because if one of these hits the ground and they get a little bit of dirt in there, your follower will not go up. It would stay stuck. And this has caused malfunctions in my live in my match, in my competition, where I kept having jams because no rounds were feeding because my follower was stuck at the bottom because it fell in the dirt and I didn't use a brush. So it's another step of maintenance that you got to do if you're running into the CZ Shadow 2 is carry a magazine brush with you and constantly clean these after every single stage, or at least your drop mag, because one of my mags here is painted with a little bit of red in there. That means this is the magazine that's going to drop in the dirt for every single stage. So now that I have this one marked, is as soon as I go into the next stage, I take off the base plate and I put a magazine brush through it. Boom, I clean it, put a terry cloth, wipe it down, good to go, load it again. So that just one step of extra maintenance you got to do at competitions and in between range visits is carry a magazine brush and clean your equipment and gear. As far as like maintenance and cleaning on this gun itself, I ran it pretty dirty and I haven't had any issues. And I haven't had any issues with reliable ammo, but I have had issues with light primer strikes. And some people say it could be the CZ, it could be the Cajun trigger, and some people say it could be your ammo. So I tested this myself. I've been buying the same ammo from the same place all the time. And it's called Bellum ammo. It's overseas, like European ammo or something. Bellum ammo. This is a picture of the ammo case that I've been buying. And I've been receiving light primer strikes with this ammo every so often. I only bought it because how affordable it is and it keeps me shooting at competitions for a cheaper price. And I've been enjoying that. But this ammo specifically has been causing light primer strikes. And why I know it's the ammo is because I started firing through my Glock and my MMP to see if I could replicate the issue. And I was able to replicate the issue with my MMP, but not my Glock. So I replicated it with the MMP and I was getting light primer strikes, not like round after round. It would be like out of a 1,000 round case, I would probably get like 20 light primer strikes, which is not good for me to use during competition because the probability of me having a light primer strike through a comp is going to throw my stage off, affect my time accuracy and all that, and it's just gonna be bad for me, right? So I can't shoot with ammo that I can't trust, but I've bought so much of it because how affordable it was, and now I'm dealing with the consequences. Like I'm at a stage, I'm like, oh, hopefully all my ammo runs good, right? So I think it's the ammo. Some people say they do experience that with a certain spring that comes from Cajun. I don't know yet. I still am shooting that ammo. Hopefully I can switch to another company where they're affordable ammo and that's super reliable, especially since I'm competing actively in USPSA matches. So yeah, that's the only downside that I've been having, but I don't think it has anything to do with the gun. If you guys have any experience with the CZ Shadow 2 and light primer strikes or anything like that, let me know down in the comment section, because I hear one thing and I hear another. But the more feedback that I get, maybe I could start like diagnosing it even deeper going into the gun. But as far as right now, I'm super happy with the CZ Shadow 2. I would recommend it to just about everybody that's watching this video. I'm happy with it. I know I live in the state of California and you guys can't get these CZ Shadow 2s, but there's two ways that you guys can get this. You guys can pay a premium for a CZ Shadow 2, or if you have a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, son, or daughter out of state that lives in a free state and they don't want their CZ Shadow 2 anymore, all they have to do is take a copy of their driver's license or ID, put it in the box of the CZ Shadow 2 along with a gift letter stating, hi, my name is this is my relationship to this person in California. I am gifting them this CZ Shadow 2, blah, 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 on this date. They go to their local gun shop. They have their local gun shop ship it to your local gun shop here in the state of California. Your local gun shop's going to open it. They're like, oh, a gift letter, a copy of their ID. We're going to do an interstate familial transfer. And that's how you legally can get off-roster guns in the state of California. And that's how you can do it the legal way and not pay 10 times more for a gun that costs 10 times less. You know what I'm saying? So that's the CZ Shadow 2. That's what I'm running. Right now I'm in B class. I'm trying to get to A class here in the next, maybe in the next 2 months is the goal. And then M class after that. I got to put in the time and work. Thank you guys for watching these videos. Thank you guys for watching my competition videos. And I hope that you guys enjoy this content because, you know, we always like to give stuff back to the viewers at home. I appreciate you guys. And again, if you guys have not went to my website, mag.machine.com. Go get you some lube off the website. It gives you +1 hit factor at your guys' local matches. Nothing more than that. If you go to a major, it doesn't give it to you, but it gives you +1, maybe +2 at your local matches. Go support. That's just a way to support the channel. And I appreciate everybody taking the time out of their day to watch this, see my CZ Shadow 2 setup, and see what I'm currently running for USPSA shooting. If you guys want to see everything that I bring to one of my matches, like my carrying case, my cleaning stuff, my tools that I bring, my tape, my chalk, and all that, if you guys want me to compile all that into one video, let me know down in the comment section and we'll make it happen. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video, which is probably going to be another USPSA competition because I'm shooting this Saturday. See you guys on the next one.